Welcome to Varsity. I'm Ryan Aber, joined by Scott Wright. Today we're going to talk about Class 6A basketball. Scott, playoffs begin this week, and we've looked at the teams from the west side quite a bit. But some teams from this side of the state are going to be heading east at least next week after hosting regionals.
Yeah, you know, it did kind of break down really interesting the way that the OSSAA split the 5A and 6A teams, especially the 6A boys, because you've got Putnam City North and Norman North. Norman North is the host in that regional, but both of those are the 4 and 5 seed playing at the same place, playing for the same spot in area essentially. And then Edmond Memorial, another really strong team around here that's hosting a regional as well. You look at those three teams, I think you've got 2 of those 3 have a very good chance of playing in the state tournament, which would give 6 teams out of the west side a spot in the state tournament, which I think is very impressive, and a kind of a salute to what the season has been this year. I think you've seen the east side teams drop off a little bit.
Yeah, certainly we've seen some dominance on the west side. Right now, who are your picks to make it to the state tournament?
You know, coming from the east side, I think that whoever comes out of that Norman North regional, whether it's Norman North or Putnam City North is a little bit on a bit of a hot streak right now, and probably the favorite right there out of that bracket right now. I think that either one of those has a chance to make it, most likely Putnam North, and I think there's a good chance that they can knock off Broken Arrow, who is the number 1 seed on that side, who's struggling lately. Tulsa Union and Lawton Ike have both knocked them off in the last week. Those are 2 13 to 15 teams in the 6A rankings. And then I think Edmond Memorial has a very good chance. Going back over to the west side, I think the top 4 seeds are probably the favorites, though that Midwest City Southmore regional is going to be a good show, I think.
Yeah, that'll be certainly a fun one to watch. And right now, who do you think is the favorite in 6A? Is it still Santa Fe? Is it PC West, PC? Maybe one of those east side teams that we haven't heard a whole lot about?
It's it's just so up in the air when you look at teams from the east side, not just the bracket, but the Tulsa area teams. Broken Arrow and Muskogee are the top 2 teams from that side of the state, and probably the only 2 that have a real good chance. Though Jinx is playing better lately, coming on and getting back up into the top 10. So as far as those teams go, those are the ones that have a pretty decent chance. But I don't know that any of those teams can win it. I think that you're looking at Santa Fe, Putnam City West, and Putnam City. Midwest City or Southmore, those are 2 teams that have a lot of talent, and if they get hot at the right time, could pull it off. But really those 3 I think are the interesting ones. Edmond Santa Fe is the team that people might be kind of doubting a little bit at this point, because they've lost to PC West and Putnam City here in the last 2 weeks. But both of those losses were on the road, both to teams that they beat at home earlier in the season. So I think that's a really even matchup between those 3 teams. So we'll see what happens.
It'll certainly be an interesting playoffs in Class 6A. Scott, thanks for joining us. Thank you, and check us out every day at newsok.com/varsity for the best high school coverage anywhere.